You guys, it is here. Eee, I'm so excited. So I just got my order of the Melt Beetlejuice collection and I cannot wait to open it with you guys here today. If you follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, you know how excited I am for this launch. So it's here. I'm so excited. I ordered this PR box when they did kind of like a secret launch for the PR boxes only, as well as like a early Black Friday sale last Friday. So I actually got this order pretty fast. I think it was only like 3 business days. So that was awesome. So today for this video, I will be doing the unboxing, obviously, showing you all of the products up close and personal, and then showing you swatches, whatever prices I can find. I will put up prices because this officially launches next Wednesday, November 25th. So you can, write your list down as you watch of the things that you want to purchase, because they'll be available for individual purchase at that time, as well as a few more of these PR boxes if you're like me and you just kind of need the whole collection, okay? This hurt my bank account, not gonna lie. This was $350 USD, but there's not very many times in my life that I feel like I need a whole collection, and this was the time that I feel like I needed it, because Melt, oh my goodness, they were the ones to partner with Beetlejuice, because oh wow, every image that I've seen, every campaign shot I've seen has just been outstanding, and I cannot wait to open it anymore. We're gonna do that, but before we do, I have to be a good little YouTuber and just mention, hey, what is up? My name is Ashley Elix. If you are new to my face, I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing at any point in time in this video by hitting that little red button down below, and you won't miss out on future content, which will hopefully include some individual, because there's 2 different palettes in here, some individual tutorials using the palettes and just like inspirational looks and things like that. Also, if you aren't following me yet over on my social channels such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all those places, you can go follow me over there for some extended content. But I cannot wait any longer, quite frankly. If you are just as excited as me to see what is inside this massive, awesome TV looking box, then you're in the right place. And all you need to do now is grab yourself a cup of coffee, grab yourself a drink, because we're gonna be in this for a little while. Sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Okay. So let us dive into it. Oh my goodness. So one more peek at this massive PR box. Oh my goodness. I can't even get it in frame. Look at this. So it looks like a television set. So cool. And that little label, yeah, it is one of those lithographs. So it's like, it moves and it's like, wow, very cool. There's 2 components to open. So the top, and then there's a drawer. Let's open her up. Maybe. Oh, this is so awkward. I'm also pregnant and I have a tummy to go around. So let me try to do this awkwardly. Watch me fumble. Oh my goodness, how cool. I didn't know there was gonna be like a diorama in here. That is neat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at everything. Holy guacamole. Wow. That is bright and beautiful. Look at the lipsticks. Oh my goodness, everything looks so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll take everything out one by one. This is extremely heavy. Let's look at the drawer. Take one more look at that. Look at how stinking cool that is. Okay, oh my gosh. Melt Cosmetics. It was seriously the perfect brand for Beetlejuice to, license out with and partner with, because wow. Okay, here's the drawer. Looks like the brush set is in here. I'm probably making all of you guys nervous at home right now. So we got some like little thingies in here, some like thanks, it's showtime, Beetlejuice, cool. Oh, there's the mirror, so pretty. Ooh, even little stickers, how cute. So we got the mirror, the brushes that look amazing, and look at this brush case. Oh my goodness, how stunning is that? Okay, let me put this down. It's super heavy, and let's go through the products. Wow. Okay, we're gonna start with the eyeshadow palettes first, and I was just unpacking them from their outer cartons, and wow, are these stunning. Okay, so starting with the waiting room, this is the little outer carton, which is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, these are some hefty palettes. This is what the actual, palette packaging looks like, but let's open her up because it's what's on the inside that counts. All right, so there's this little sleeve in here, which is super cool. That's like one of the little scenes from the movie in there. Oh my goodness, how stunning. This gorgeous maroon tone palette with the grays in there. Wow, and then the little imprints. So, so pretty. And these pans are massive. Wow, they are so, so big. I was not expecting these palettes to be as large as they are in general, just because you can't really tell from promotional pictures how big something's gonna be. Is big. It is really big. The pan size is huge. The waiting room palette has 10 shades and it's going to be retailing for 58 buckaroos, which, you know, is a hefty price tag. But honestly, you guys, I fell in love with Melt Cosmetics this year. The eyeshadow formulas are amazing. So I'm really hoping that this palette and the next one performs as well as I think it's going to. When we get to that part of the video, we will see. Let's move on to the recently deceased palette. This one has my heart. Oh my goodness, because I love my neons. This is the outer carton that you get, which is a total Beetlejuice vibe. Here is the actual palette. Wow! My neon heart is screaming. Oh, my heart. I love it. I love this color story. It is so, so pretty. Right up my alley, personally. I'm a smitten kitten, okay? This one, as you'll notice, only has 8 shades, and this one is $48, so it is $10 cheaper than the one with 10 shades. Honestly, I know I'm obsessed with this collection, and I love it so far, but I'm gonna be giving my normal critiques as I usually would, even though I love the theme. So personally, I would have liked to have seen this as a 10 shadow palette as well. It's a little bit odd to me, an odd choice to do a 10 and an 8, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm always a more is more type of gal. So I would have loved to see 2 extra shades in this, see what they could have done, but you know, hey, whatever. And you know, not everybody's gonna be in the same camp as that for me, but it's a beautiful palette. I love it. I love the bulkiness of it. Not everybody's gonna love that, but because of the bulkiness of it, I just would have liked to see 2 more shadows thrown in there. But that's just my personal opinion. Okay, here are the lipsticks. How cool are these containers? Wow, I just love it. Oh my goodness, everything. I'm just dying. This is the shade Ghost with the Most, and it does say Melt on one side, and then if you flip it around, it says Beetlejuice on the other. Really cool. This shade is that really cool Hunter Green deep type of shade. Oh my god, like a Hunter Slime green. Really cool. This one is Miss Argentina. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. Wow. And lastly, we have Calypso, ooh, which is that gorgeous purple berry shade. Here are the gel liners / pigment paint. This gray shade is called 125 Years. Then we have the Afterlife. Oh, wow, stunning. And this one is Utterly Alone, which is that gorgeous ultraviolet purple. Here are the super fun electric lip paints, which give off a metallic sheen. And you'll notice again, it says Melt on one side. It'll say Beetlejuice on the other. Throwing up the swatches, the purple shade is It's Showtime. The red shade is called Strange and Unusual. And then that deep purple sparkly one is Weirder and Weirder. This is a new product from Melt. It is a mascara. So this mascara packaging is super cool. It's that metal kind of packaging. Kind of feels like the Milk Kush mascara almost. It has the sand snake in there. And then let's take a look at the brush. Oh, okay, so pretty spiky looking. Look like I'll be able to get a lot of volume with it, but we will see later when we go to use it. And then they also have a lash curler. I'm not sure if this one's sold separately yet, but you can buy it as a set for the mascara and the lash curler, but it says Melt and Beetlejuice on there. Really red, really pretty. Now I want to show you guys the brush set, and I have to admit, originally I was not like sold on the brush set and everything, just because I mean, I already have so many brushes, and I was just like, whatever, like they're pretty, but with the PR set, you have to get everything, obviously. But let me tell you, seeing this in person, I'm so glad that I have it because it is so freaking pretty. Just look at that case. So pretty. And the inside, of course, has those stripes, has the little Melt zipper on there. Super cute. Pull out the brushes. Absolutely stunning brushes. The handles have Lydia on there, and they are so just detailed and specific and so pretty. These are gorgeous, gorgeous brushes. Now the mirror is definitely smaller than I was expecting. It's a little guy. I mean, I can still see my full face in it. That's fine. I think I'm just kind of used to massive mirrors now these days, but the quality feels really nice. It looks really sturdy, looks totally fine. For size comparison, I have the iPhone 10X or whatever, just iPhone 10, whatever it is. So for size comparison, you can tell it is much smaller. So just know that, you know, going into it, but the details are really pretty and it is very cute. It's just a little bit more compact. So I already primed and prepped my eyelids. I used my ABH eye primer today, and then I just set underneath my brow with a different base shade, since you'll notice there's no like base shades in either of these palettes, which is totally fine. More room for more fun in my opinion. So let me start with the Waiting Room palette. I'm gonna be doing that on this side, and I think I'm gonna be going with some halo eyes today because I just love a good spotlight halo eye. So I might as well do my favorite eye look with these palettes. So let me grab one of these brushes too. Let's play around with it. I think, do these have names? No? Yeah, the 830. It's like the little half. It's so cool how it's half and half. Like a kind of pencil-y brush. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Obituary right here. And let's just lay that down on the outer creases. Of course, pigmented right off the bat, just like I would expect from Melt. Honestly, this is the year of me falling in love with the Melt brand, you know? I'm sorry I was sleeping on it for so long. Now I'm just like, oh! And then I'm gonna grab the 820 little blending brush and let's just blend out that edge right there. Redip if I need to. I just realized I'm not even using the actual mirror, I'm using the palette mirror, but that's just kind of how it goes. I use whatever mirror I'm using in the eyeshadow, but I'll use this later. Okay, so now let me go in with this flat shader brush. This one is called the 28. I'm gonna go in to No Exit, which is that darker maroony red shade. I'm gonna be having trouble with my words. I'm going to be putting that onto the mobile lid, just connecting it, and I want to see how similar those shades are. It's a same tone, just a hint or two deeper. Yeah, pretty similar shades though, which is very interesting choice. I don't know, I am nitpicking, but that's literally what we're here for, right? It is applying beautifully though, nonetheless. It's just packing right on. And that is what I love about the Melt shadows, is they pack a punch, they're pigmented, but they're easy to work with and they blend just so nicely. Let's go ahead and slap on that halo. So I'm gonna go in with Juno, which is that silvery shade. I'm just gonna use my finger for that. Doesn't feel crazy extreme buttery or anything, and it's not showing up on my finger crazy buttery, but let's see how it actually applies onto the lids. Yeah, not crazy intense, not at all. Kind of more like, maybe like a topper more so. I mean, it's working, I'm layering it on. Let me try it with a brush, because you never know. Take this little concealer brush, pop it on. No, how about if I wet my brush? I was just raving about the Melt shadows, but I have to say, it's the Melt Matte shadows. I only have two of their palettes. I have Smoke Sessions and 420. Smoke Sessions, the metallic and shimmer shades in Smoke Sessions are incredible, but the only one that they have in the 420, the one shimmer metallic shade that they have, I don't like. It is kind of similar to this. The mattes though are so amazing that they kind of blow it away, you know, blow it out of the park. But this, it's kind of more like, it's just not what I'm used to from metallic formulas these days. This is kind of like a metallic formula from the past, when they used to just be like, ooh, just a little pretty, you know, and people were a little more scared of makeup, you know. But I will say this one is starting to layer really nicely, maybe because I have to go deeper into the pan. That might be it. Yeah, because look at that. As I'm talking, it's getting better. That is good. Okay, so I think it's just a layering, which maybe that'll make it a little bit more versatile. If you don't like anything extreme, you can go with a light hand, you know, and kind of adjust it to what you like. So I'm just gonna make sure that that blends into the other shades we laid down. Okay, Simple, really pretty. I will finish this up in a little bit. Let's move on to the other side of my eye, my face. I'm gonna start with Bio Exorcist first on my outer corners and inner corners. And I'm gonna be using the same brushes. I just sprayed them down. They're gonna be a little stained now because half of them are white. Same exact technique, same brushes, all that jazz. Okay, let's switch back over to the blending brush. Now let's take the shade Lost Souls onto the mobile lid. And again, I really want to do this to see how similar they are. Wow, on the lid, they're so much more similar. That's crazy. These ones look a little bit more different. I mean, I guess it's almost like the transition shade of it. Okay, that is a very intense, very pretty purple, but it does have like a little bit of a pink undertone. So take note of that if you are a very specific type of purple person. Does that make sense? Okay, now I don't know if I should lay a base down in the middle, but let's try not. Let's try just slapping it on. I'm gonna take the shade Beetlejuice on my concealer brush and let's see how it does just right onto that. That is great. Phenomenal. No complaints. Oh my goodness, that's without the extra base. I already have the original one down, but wow. Let's take the shade Neurotic, which is kind of like its shimmer sister, and let's see how this shimmer performs. I mean, that one packs it right away. Just that silver shade in Waiting Room was like a little bit kind of strange. Yeah, because look at that. That is amazing right off the bat. Okay, all right. This is like glowing. This is so cool. It's like glowing like that. That's what is so cool about this palette, by the way, is it looks like it's glow in the dark. Like, it's so neat. I need a little purple sparkle in this. I think I'm gonna take Recently Deceased right here. And I'm gonna put that onto the mobile lid. Oh, I mean, it's going on my brush. It's working great. Okay, I stand corrected. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go through and kind of clean up and fine tune everything. And I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup that we aren't applying. So like my foundation and everything, just so I can see what I'm working with, do the lower lash line, but we still have gel liners to do, mascara, lipsticks, lippies, all of that stuff. So don't go away yet. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so like I said, lower lash line is done as well. I basically just use the same shades I use on top on the bottom. There is one thing that I kind of tweaked though while I was going through. I added a little bit of Dante's Inferno and Sod Girl onto the mobile lid just to kind of keep that metallic cohesiveness that I did on this side, because I want them to start looking like, you know, a similar vibe. So with that being said, I'm gonna throw some color on the inner corner for the opposite palettes. So I'm gonna take Recently Deceased. I'm gonna take that shimmery Neurotic shade onto the inner corner over here, just kind of to balance it, you know? I know we're seeing how the palettes just perform individually, but I still like my looks to kind of like make sense. So yeah, look at that. That was one freaking dip, man. That is so pretty, and no extra base laid down. My brush is not wet. That shade is just sending me where? I don't know, but I'm on a one-way ticket there. I don't know. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do it with the Juno shade on this side, but I gotta tell you, this Juno shade is giving me a really hard time. Now it's becoming very flaky and difficult. So let me wet my brush for this one. I feel like for a basic kind of gray shimmer metallic, I just would expect so much more. It's just a little difficult. It's hard to get on my finger. It's hard to get on my brush. Wetting it definitely helps. Like, that definitely helps, but it's just like, I wish it was as buttery and easy to use as Neurotic just was, you know? But so far, I mean, out of all the shades that I'm using, it's just that one, which, like I said, is a similar story from my 420 palette, but it doesn't prevent me from using that palette and loving it. So, you know, I just want to give you the information so it can help you decide. That's a little bit better. I'm sure though, you guys want me to move on. I want to move on to. So let's go in with the eyeliners, gel liners slash pigment. What is this purple one called? Pigment paint. So technically this one isn't approved for that use in the eye area, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I break the rules. Basically, it's like probably a pigment that they use. It technically isn't eye safe in the US, but usually that just means that they might stain, which I don't mind. So I think, what should I do? I feel like I should put the green on this side. Yeah, because it'll pop. And maybe the gray, actually. I really want to use the purple, but I have so many eyes. I don't know. Oh, it's so incredibly creamy. Let me use my cute little mirror. Do a little wing. Oh, yes. That is awesome. That's killer, man. That is awesome. I really like that. So what I did do is I kind of laid it down and then I went in with a second layer just to intensify it, and it seemed to work really well. So incredibly creamy. Yeah, so we will make sure that that doesn't crack or get weird or anything as I apply the other side, which I will use the gray one called 125 Years. I can't get over how creamy it is to dip it in. It's really wild, you guys. It's really wild. Okay, I love that too. That one, the formula for the gray one was even more just smooth, where this one I kind of had to, like I said, double up. This side was just like a one and done. So a little bit easier for the gray side. That's kind of been my experience with these neon type of liners for almost any brand. Maybe one day somebody will be able to make it as smooth as this one. It was smooth, it just had to layer it. So I don't know, it's probably, you know, if they put too much pigment in it, it probably changes the formula. So whoa, let's take this one. I didn't realize how shimmery it was. As you probably can tell by now, I do the swatches of everything after I've already used it. So this is a surprise to me. It's kind of metallic-y looking. I'm gonna take it on this angled brush this time, and I think I'm gonna try applying it onto the lower waterline. To each their own, user discretion. It specifically says don't use it around the eye area, but like I said, I like to break the rules. Let's pop it on down there. Wow, that is beautiful. Okay, yep. Easy, so I did that. Now let's get to the mascara. Well, like I said earlier, this is a new product from Melt, so I'm really curious to see what they came up with. Now I know that when they originally were creating this mascara, they said that they wanted something really like spidery, kind of intense, crazy, something a little different. So I'm curious to see how this will go. I think they use the word spidery, but don't quote me on that. So I'm gonna use their lash curler that, you know, they came out with too real quick. Seem to curl my lashes pretty standard, pretty good. Now let's try this out. Okay, so you'll see my lashes look kind of like skinny and elongated. I'm a volumizing type of gal. I like them very thick and volumized, but if you like something more elongated and skinny, you might like that. So just to see the comparison of the two. I don't love the bristles on this brush because because they're a little bit wacky and, you know, it makes them go onto my upper eyelid. So I'm gonna have to go over the gel liner again with that to take that mascara that I got on my eyelid away. But that might be a personal problem. If you are like me and tend to get mascara on your lid though, there is that. Let me apply it on the other side. Right, there are the lashes all done, including my lower lashes. Now, listen. Packaging super cute. It's not the type of formula that I typically enjoy, but like I said, if you like that skinny, elongated type of lash, you can do that. I did go back and try to layer to make it thicker, but that's when it starts getting a little clumpy. So just know that if that's what you like, then go for it. But otherwise, it would be a pass for me. I wouldn't repurchase it again, even though the packaging's cute. I gotta know that what's on the inside is what counts, am I right? I'm actually gonna go throw on some lashes because it looked like this just kind of calls for it. And then we got some lippies to test out. And I don't know what direction I should go because there's 6 different ways we can take this. I literally do not know which lippy to use because all of them I'm honestly so excited about. This one right here would have been one that I purchased had I not gotten the PR set and I just wanted to pick a couple pieces. And that is the Ghost with the most, because I do not have any shade like that. So I really want to try it on really quickly. It might not be my final lip, but let me just do it, okay? I need to. I've never tried any melt lipsticks before, so I'm curious. Is this like a matte? Feels like a matte. Ultra matte. Smells super good. Oh, okay. I'm making such a mess. I need a lip liner. Ideal. It's hard to get like a precise line. Don't judge the lip line. I'm sloppily doing this really quickly because I know in my head I'm not going to keep it, but I almost should. That is a really, really cool forest green, hint of a slimy undertone type of lip shade. And it's very comfortable. Even though it's ultra matte, it's a little bit finicky to go on, as you just saw, but I think if I was taking my time and did it, it'd be fine. Okay, let's try Calypso, because it says it's an iridescent matte. I really freaking wish I didn't drop it. But whatever. And let me put that on really quick. Oh my gosh, I got like green over. I'm actually turning into Beetlejuice. I have like green all the way over here. Wow, that is banging. Is this the first time I put on lipstick before? What is my problem today? Okay, I am not gonna take my time and fine tune this right now, but just so you can see the lip shade, that is really pretty. There's just a little sheen on there. I really like that shade a lot. While we're at it, let me throw on Miss Argentina. Oh, that is killer also. Oh my goodness. That is like a very bright, beautiful red coral type of shade. My lips are screaming though, because this one is ultra matte as well, and my lips are getting drier by the second. So let me finish this off with one of these electric lip paints. So let's do that. I choose this one. This one is Weirder and Weirder. Just like me and just like how I get in these videos. Oh, how cool. These are like kind of like a see-through-y neat. It's just the little things. These little attention to details are just, I can dig it. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. That is creamy. And these have the same smell of the lipstick. And when I say they smell yummy and so good, it's kind of like a cakey type of smell. Not super intense, but yummy. Love, 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 love that shade. And I went in with the lip brush too, and it definitely helped to get more precision. Also, it's kind of dried down, so it's kind of more of a dry, you know, metallic formula. I got a little bit of transfer. Maybe it's still drying though. Let me pop a little bit, because I just can't help myself. Let me pop a little bit of this in the center. This one is called It's Showtime. If you didn't know, way back when I first started my channel, like the first year, I did a Halloween look and I did a Beetlejuice look, and it was super fun and crazy and not the greatest quality, but it was super fun to film. Ooh, look at that though. I love, by the way, the dark purple shade is kind of like these galaxy type of flecks in there. I love that. Oh, this combo is so good. Listen. It just, you can see all the glittery awesomeness. Oh, wow. Do you see that? Do you see that? I hope you see. I hope you see that. Let me shine a little light on me. Okay. Enough said. Okay, you guys, here is the finished look, all complete, so you can see it a little bit more up close. Also, do take note that I'm not seeing any kind of cracking, creasing, or getting any weirdness from the gel liners that I use. So that is really exciting. Let me know down in the comments below which palette you feel is your favorite. Which one would you want to pick up? Now, speaking of favorites, let's talk about my favorites as far as first impressions go. So starting with the eyeshadow palettes, so my favorite, hands down, was this one. And the reason for that being, I feel inspired when I look at this Recently Deceased palette. I just look at it and so many different fun, bright, colorful looks come to my mind that I just get amped. A couple little critiques that I have on it though. Yes, I do wish they added 2 more shades to it and made it the same amount as this, just because it's such a big, bulky palette. It's kind of just like a waste of space in my opinion. And also the purple shades do seem to be very, very similar. I would have liked to see a little bit more variation with that between not only the mattes, but even that kind of shimmer, kind of like a satin matte type of shade. Even that one is similar to those purples. So it's almost kind of like three very similar shades within one palette. So I would have liked to see more variation. Do I regret it though? I don't. It's a sickness, it's a problem, but this is a collector's piece to me, but I can still work with it and have fun, and the shades perform beautifully. So even though there's some similarities, I'm happy to use it. I'm still excited for it. So take that information and decide for yourself what you would want to do. But I'm excited, and the mattes from both this palette and this palette perform just as well and just as amazing as I would expect from Melt. With that being said, Waiting Room. Now, when I saw the photos of Waiting Room, I wasn't as drawn and pulled in, even though I love maroons and reds and stuff, but I have a lot in my collection. So this palette, just looking at it, I'm not as inspired, but that's my personal, what I need and versus what I already have in my collection. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I have stuff like this, but the mattes perform beautifully. Again, though, we have two shades right up here that are a little too similar for what I would want. I would want a little bit more variation. And then we all know how I feel about Juno, man. It really, it's a shade that really bothers me, you know, and it's kind of putting a sour taste in my mouth, and I like it. But the other ones were really good. The other metallics were fun. It's not metallic, it's a satin matte for the other ones, which are very fun. That one's beautiful. And those ones do look different enough versus the reds, so that was good. Moving on to the lipsticks, like I mentioned, I would have purchased Ghost with the Most, the green one. I would have just purchased that one had I not gotten the PR one. But overall, the shades seem really nice. I'm not familiar with Melt's lipstick formula, so if you are, you might already kind of be used to that. Very, very matte, a little bit more difficult and stiffer to go on, except the iridescent one. The iridescent one was really easy. That one was called Calypso. The matte ones are a little bit more tricky, but it seems like it might have good staying power maybe, which if you're worried about wearing a mask with them and stuff, they might be okay. I didn't wear them long enough to answer that for you, sorry. Now, the electric lip paints, originally I was just going to get Weirder and Weirder, which is why I chose that one today, but all of them look so awesome, and I have to say this formula feels amazing. Now, if you are like me and mostly have only used more affordable metallic like liquid lipsticks, say from the drugstore and stuff, those ones, you know, they get you by, they get the job done at a more affordable price, but putting this on my lips, I'm like, wow. This is comfort, okay? They're very comfortable. I feel like I can talk without it cracking or flaking or anything, and it just feels like I could wear this all day and it's not gonna bother me. Also, I have like very, very little transfer. So if you're looking at what can I wear this with a mask without making a complete mess of myself, I think that will be doable. I think that will be fine. Now the gel liners, I would have bought all three because I don't have anything like these in my collection, any of these shades, and I love them and I'm not disappointed in them at all. I like that I don't see any kind of flaking or cracking or anything with them. So super smooth, I like them. Yes, okay. Cool. Now we talked about the mascara, not really my cup of tea. Like I said, if you like more elongated, separated, skinny type of lashes that are less thick, you might like it. Now the dark horse for me, two of them, was the brushes and the mirror, but the mirror, I ended up really liking as I was using it the more and more. So when I was using the palettes, it was easier for me just to use the mirror in the palette. But for more small, up close, detailed work, this mirror was awesome. So I was a little bit, you know, almost disappointed how small it was, but when actually using it, I was like, this is perfect for mascara, because I always need a little mirror for that, for detailing the lip line, for just the little up close things, even putting on my lashes. It was so much easier having this size versus this. I know maybe it's just a mirror to you, but it's something that I'm really excited about now that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't gonna buy had I not bought the kit or the set or whatever PR set. So I'm glad I have it now. Also the brushes were a dark horse because again, I have so many brushes that it's not necessarily something that I was planning on, but oh my goodness, they blended so nicely. They picked up the powder so well. Everything went really well with these. I think this is the only one that I didn't use. Yeah. A little bit big for my eye, but I'll find a use for it. And the freaking clutch. If you could go out right now, this would be what I would use, you know, for like a dinner out and stuff with my husband. I would take this because it is just not even caring about a brush case. I don't even want to get makeup on it because it feels luxurious, sturdy. I mean, let me figure out a way to throw a strap on it and this will be a nice little side bag because this is freaking cute, high quality. I love it. Okay. I love this collab. I think that there was nobody better to collab for Beetlejuice with than Melt because they killed it. The attention to detail on every single little piece is just chef's kiss. I mean, one more look at this thing, please, because I was not expecting that diorama. That is freaking cool. Look at that. Where am I going to put this? I'm so excited to have to find a home for it. It is so cool. It's going to go there right now. In the meantime, that is it for today. Seriously, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm sure this was a long video, so if you stuck around this whole time, thank you so much. If you are new to my channel and new to my face, I would love it if you consider subscribing before you go so I don't get lost in the YouTube sauce. And that way you get notified when I post more videos, which is 3 times a week, all beauty, lifestyle, and cruelty-free videos. And you don't want to miss out on, you know, the videos that I'll be doing covering these palettes. If there are any shades in these palettes that you want me to mess around with, play around with, let me know and I will try to do a look for you with those. But that is it for today. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope that every single one of you have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, beautiful, lovely, strange day.